Welcome to East Leaf Sixers, your boy Sixers fan for life. We got 215 the sports guy. And after a little hiatus,
Yes.
we got the return of Jenny from the block.
Hey, everybody! Hope you didn't forget about me while I was gone. It's good
How
to
could
see
we,
you
Jenny?
No,
back.
every episode they're like, yeah, where Jen at?
I got
Where
sick of
Jen
hearing it.
at?
You should see the inboxes. People were just like, "Where's Jen?" Forget you guys.
Oh, I love it. I love y'all. Thank you so much for the support. I was sick with the
So,
COVID, but now back in action.
and that's awesome. And we're glad to have you back in great BG fashion, Jose, if you don't mind.
Hold on.
Oh, that's whoa. There we go.
Okay.
Left.
We got that's the starting lineup for the night. We're gonna have we have to cram a lot into this episode real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about because I did say that in this episode here, we will talk a little about the Christmas Day game since we didn't do a show for you guys. I'm sorry. I really wanted to do it, but I mean, let's be real. Christmas is a day to spend with your family,
Right.
and that's what we did. So with that being said, let's get into it. Another comeback win. All right. By the 76ers. Another great game by JoJo and James Harden, I have to say. And the unbelievable half-court shot that set the tone from Mr. Shake Milton.
What a momentum builder that
He
was.
said it wasn't luck, too.
What? Oh,
He said it was not luck.
And a half, man. That was beautiful.
That was crazy. So we'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Happy for the 76ers, to carry on that win streak on the road.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful to see. And hope we continue that tonight.
Yeah, let's hope.
Most definitely.
I'd like to say I am very impressed with how the Sixers came back in Madison Square Garden on Christmas Day, because that place was loud. I mean, that was like rivaling Wells Fargo Center loud. Like those people were like really into it. And I have to say, the Knicks played pretty well. I was surprised by Mitchell Robinson, who I like to call the human coat hanger, because he's kind of got this like coat hanger thing going on. And he did really. I was impressed by him. I thought the Knicks played well, so I'm glad we went out there and our defense stepped up in the second half. And we just need to get that defense clicking through the whole game, because our defense is like borderline elite up there in the second in the league right now. So
yes.
And as much as a comeback is a beautiful thing to see, we really don't want to be having a comeback off of games in the playoffs.
Right. There's something that a quote that I saw from the Sixers and Joel Embiid. He thinks they can come back from any league. I mean, being backed by any amount of points. That's nice and all of that. But, having the number 2 defense in the league, you want to whip that number 2 defense out early and often and beginning of the game. It seemed like lately we've been, coming out sluggish on offense, and the defense is a little lackadaisical in the beginning, in the first quarter. I don't want to get accustomed of that, being bored. And then when they feel like the fire's up under their ass, now you want to bring out the ball game. No, let's bring it out from the jump. So
yeah. Biggest thing that I'm really impressed about is how they're coming out of halftime. We've been having some big 3 quarters lately, third quarter games lately, where we used to be stagnant, team disappeared, all bench lineups were out there, infuriating all of us, Jen included, because that's when we saw the most of Korkmaz, so it's really good for them to be having good games coming out of third quarter. I like to see that. I like to see that more often.
Yeah, most definitely. I want to address Ant. He one of our longtime supporters. He's saying to my comment, Carl, some teams just are shooting the lights out early. Yeah, granted, but
they
I think honestly,
really well from 3.
Yeah, they did. And, you got to tip your hat off to that. But it seems like we come out with a little bit more effort, like Jose said, after the half, third quarter, You know, just a little bit more. So, Jose, hold on. We got to stop the show.
Well,
Stop.
now,
Right.
continue. Don't do that. Don't do that.
This annual plate, and she always does it at the 9:20 mark. What is going on with this, man?
I don't know, man. You gotta ask the missus about that, man.
So,
I wasn't watching. I just saw her walk out the door. That's all I saw.
Hey! Shout out to Sabri Latane watching the show. Much love, my brother.
Yeah,
Long
shout
time
out
no
to
speak.
everybody out
Big
here
shout out to
tonight.
Sabrina Tang. Happy holidays to
Bradley.
everybody. Hope everybody is, gonna be in a safe place on New Year's. It's coming in a couple days.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, be responsible, especially if you're with your family. So we're able to talk to you in 2023. All right, so let's get back into it.
Let's get right
Yeah,
back
I just want
into
to say
it.
before we get back into it, to Blake Lee, he says that, he would like to chop it up with us, but he doesn't get very much talk time. So, Blake Lee, we appreciate you. We thank you for coming, and we thank you for all your support you give us.
Most definitely.
Even when
And
you're
Blake,
being a troll. Just
Even
kidding.
when you're being a troll, I gotta
even
say
when
that.
you're being a troll,
He tries to deny it, but does a bad job at it. But yeah.
I mean, we're top 2 in defense. He's definitely top 5 in trolling in Sixers 24/7. But that's my guy. Nevertheless,
I think him and Greg Daddy Boyd, they fight for that first place position.
Yeah. Robinson Greg saying happy holiday from KR. That's himself and Sixers 24/7, John. We appreciate it. So, we wrapped about the New York Knicks game. Now we're here.
Now we got a couple things we need to talk about, though.
Let's do that, Jen.
Let's talk about a certain player returning, hopefully, on Friday. What do you think?
That's a hot topic. That's a hot topic right now.
Mr. Tyrese Maxey has missed something like 18 games.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many games. He's missed a lot of games. So we have missed him.
We've missed him. We've missed him.
And will he come off the bench or will he be a starter?
We missed him because we like how he plays and we love the kid. He's definitely a Philadelphia 76er and is the reason why we miss him. But the record ain't showing so. Elaborate on that, everybody.
So, I think that's kudos to Morey and, making this team as deep as possible and competitive, where a player like that can go out. Your lineup, you could plug somebody in like Melton off the bench, and we're not really missing anything. In fact, we gained a defender. As much as I love Tyrese Maxey, Melton is the best defender on our team, bar none. Especially with Thibault not getting no tick. But, there's been a
what
hot
was that
topic.
about the other day? He went in for like 2 minutes and then got taken out. I think he's on Doc's list.
Well, no, actually, Doc came out via Twitter, and we could touch back on the other topic, but he came out via Twitter when a reporter asked him about Thibault and, what a beauty it is to be able to play different players every night. He said it's a beauty, but it's tough. He said it's tough because I can't give guys consistent minutes. And, people don't think about that aspect. This team is about 10, 11 deep. How do you give everybody consistent minutes every night?
Yeah, you really can. And some of them you shouldn't.
Yeah. Who you talk about, Jen?
I don't know.
Come on. Say PJ's name. Why don't you?
PJ, we
Well,
I
I don't know if you've been watching and paying attention, Jen, but I've been having to eat crow. PJ's minutes are down, which is exactly what I wanted because that's what I was screaming. I don't know. You guys want to go back and pull out my receipts. My biggest thing was the 30+ minutes. I wanted 10 minutes taken away from him and given to somebody else. So please don't say, like I was saying, ship him out from the rip. It got to a point where I did say that, but from the beginning, I was saying he got too many minutes. I feel like some of those minutes can be divided into other folks so that they can play and fill in those blanks that we're not getting from him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on, and I ain't got no choice but to eat crow.
Absolutely.
Well, come on. You can whatever. He's still PJ. He's still peanut butter and jelly. He's still donuts. He's doing a little better, but I'm not gonna go applauding him up and down the street.
Yeah.
I can say this though. I love how Woj and the media tried to ruin our Christmas
Boom.
with his
Mind you,
dumbass
he
reporting.
works for ESPN. And ESPN is known to have a problem with Philadelphia teams in general, Philadelphia as a city. And did he really dress up as the Grinch during the holidays and really try to, drive a wrench into the chemistry that we've built? I posted this in Sixer 24/7, and I'll say it again. I can give a rat's ass what happens next year. It's about this year, right now, and what this team is doing. One of the hottest teams in the NBA besides the Nets. We're the hottest. Why aren't you talking about that? Why are you talking about a potential move that can happen next year?
Yeah, who cares? Like, nobody cares. But so if they don't win this year, maybe Harden should go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he came here to do a job, right?
Yeah.
On a limited contract. We're not expecting the man to stay here forever like Tobias.
Nah.
And let's not act like, if you do want to talk about how hot the Brooklyn Knicks are, let's not act like they got championship players over there. Because they do. Hall of Fame players are over there because they do.
They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Dude isn't doing anything for the Nets besides getting his normal freaking 4 points. I don't care about that guy. Kevin Durant just happens to be an amazing basketball player. And they have Kyrie, who's decided he wants to play for a little while. We'll see what happens down the road when he decides he doesn't. It'll happen.
To be totally honest, the team was subpar until Kyrie came back. And, as soon as he came back, they started this win streak. So they absolutely need all their pieces together to win. It's proven that we can lose a piece or two and still win. So if you look at it from that standpoint, we're a much deeper team. And I think, once again, Morey has done a great job as building this team for the playoffs and, a long stretch on the season, man. I'm excited.
I think Anthony is hitting it right on the nose. Like, as much as I've criticized Tobias Harris, he's never got a donut brother nickname, and there's reasons for that. Because
and even after the game on Sunday, Christmas, I was like, he kind of laid an egg that game, but didn't matter because he has been so solid. He's been fantastic. He really
everybody
amazing.
is due for below average game. That was his because he's been playing right by his numbers for months.
Right.
For months.
Lights out. Lights out. And the great part about being a role player is in any given night or any given season, any given game, giving your team something it needs. And we've been needing a catch and shoot guy in the lineup. Somebody who's going to knock down the three, just catch and shoot when these guys are being doubled. My OG. When these
I'm going to put this up for 1 second and then I got to edit it.
But, Tobias has, like a chameleon, he's transformed his game to what this team has needed. And that's a catch and shoot guy who could knock down shots when these guys are double or being shaded. So, hats off to Tobias this year. He's not going to make the All-Star team, but he makes our All-Star team. For real.
Absolutely. I don't even know if James Harden's going to make the All-Star team.
I
was looking at somebody's predictions, and they had Joel coming off the bench.
I seen that too. I think that was basketball something on Twitter. They put their little predictions out there, but
who in the Eastern Conference is going to start over him? Like, really? Stop.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I don't know who they had at center on their little list. It might have been. I don't even know. I didn't see a center on their list. Let's just put it that way.
No, they definitely had Joel coming off the bench.
There's only one person that I could possibly see starting over him, and he don't play in this conference.
Nah. You know what I mean? So there it is. I'm hoping for us to continue our streak of dominance. Tonight, the Washington Wizards. They shouldn't be in the same gym as us. But it's an NBA team, and, they've given us problems before. I want to see us come right out and, assert our dominance, and that starts with the big man. I've seen him in the post more this stretch of 8 games. Have you guys noticed that of him, being in the post a little bit more?
Longer than 8 games.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Yep.
So, that bodes well for, consistent high percentage offense for us. If teams have to worry about that, they can't worry about Tobias. They can't worry about James Harden out there on a point guard or whatever the case he may be. Who's been playing excellent. Excellent. Talking about eating crow, Jose. God made me eat crow for the last 10 games or so with his performance.
He's definitely been. I don't want to jinx it.
I've been eating crow of all flavors. I gave my last flowers to Doc Rivers. Like, come on now.
You definitely did. You definitely did. Which brings
That's
it up.
Funny.
Don't you got to give credit to Doc for this team's turnaround and the
I don't know. Don't ask Blake Lee that question.
He hates him.
Listen, regardless if you hate him, you gotta. If you know basketball, please. If you're here and you don't know basketball, that's cool too. But you got to be able to see him making changes because I'm noticing it. It's obvious. It's like I don't need a magnifying glass to see it. It's not rocket science. Right. The man is trying. I don't know if he's listening to the media. I don't know if he just realizes his own mistakes. If he's hearing us, I don't know what the case is. But
I do keep seeing tell a friend on Sixer stuff. So
I
might be listening to us for a while.
You know what I'm saying? So I got good credit when credit's due, and he's trying. So
Back to the hot topic, y'all. You are Doc Rivers. You just got the news Tyrese Maxey is back tonight. Are you thrusting him back into the starting lineup? Or are you easing him off the bench until he gets comfortable enough or you get comfortable enough to put him back in the starting lineup? What are you guys doing?
Me, because of the history of injury in all sports, not just this one, I'm not starting. I just can't do it. Because they got a tendency to play players when they're not 100% and tell the media that they are 100%. You know what I'm saying? Just because these kids want to get out there and play. So I'm going to be a little skeptical about that. And I probably would, or if you did start them, it has to be some minute restrictions involved.
Right.
I was just going to say that was what I was going to say.
Yeah, you just can't put him out there like the man was never hurt. He's been gone over a month. Like, come on, let's be real.
I say start him on minutes restriction for sure. And for real minutes restriction, though, not like playing overtime 40 fucking, excuse my language, minutes. Like he did James Harden.
Oh, like they did James Harden? Yeah, because his first game back,
Yeah, most definitely. My opinion of that has changed. And originally I said, you start the kid, you don't want to really damage his psyche of bringing him off the bench and then perhaps starting him later on in the season. But he's been out 18 games. And in those 18 games, these starters have, gained chemistry with each other. And, it is about the team. So, I would ease him in off the bench. And if his performance is such where, he takes his starting spot back, you got to do it. But, it's like Greg Boyd said, it's not like you're giving him bench minutes and you're putting him on the bench. He'll still be getting his 22, 23, 24 minutes, but just coming off the bench. So, there's a wait and see thing. Friday is the date. Go ahead, Jen.
I don't know. I think I like the Anthony Melton coming off the bench.
I love him anywhere in a line.
I mean, I think he could be 6 man if they would only let him play that 6 man role.
True indeed.
Well, right now, Bang Bang Yang Gang is our 6th man. So
Bang Bang has been having a bang up season or at least
hasn't he?
He's on fire. Knock on wood. God, I feel like I'm jinxing myself every time I open my mouth.
Not only is he on fire, but the biggest thing I like about George Niang is the way he gets hyped. The way that's a motivation booster.
Yes, I love the way he thinks he's a tough guy.
Yeah, listen. When I see stuff like that, that's what I want to see.
Look at him out there with his minivan bod, like getting up all on people and stuff in their faces, like he's tough. It's hilarious.
That's true. He George Niang is definitely not scared to talk trash with the best of them. We've noticed it. You know, he went against Giannis. That was funny. It was funny, but it was exciting to watch when we won that last game against him. But
there's a lot of different opinions. I see Jamar is coming out here. Melton is your sixth man, and I do believe that. And eventually, I think that'll be the case. But we're talking about this young kid who's coming off of 18 games, of being out of basketball. So one of the longest he's probably been out of basketball in his life. So I think you ease him back into the role. I think you really ease him back. But it's a wait and see thing. It's a wait and see thing. Speaking of Nang now, go ahead, Jen.
No, I was just gonna say, I know it's getting late in the show. I haven't even found my keys yet.
Bring them out.
Has anyone found their keys?
Bro, we had to cover 2 games. We'll bring them out. Bring the keys out.
What's your keys to the game there, Carl?
My
Keys
key
to victory
to the game
against
would
the
be as I'm
Wizards. We
watching-
haven't talked about the Wizards at all, but we are playing the Wizards tonight.
And this is not a shabby team. Don't get me wrong, my comment earlier. I do think we're better than them, but this is not a shabby team. If you sleep, they will rock you. As the Sacramento Kings saw last game, they blew them out, blew them off the court. So I think we need to come out aggressive with a sense of urgency. Show these guys who is the better team early and often. So that's my key to the game. Come out with a sense of urgency, Jen.
I like it. I like it. I want them to limit the second chance points opportunities. That killed me against the Knicks the other day. It was just and JJ and whoever else was announcing just kept saying it too about all the second chance points they were getting. It was driving me nuts. So let's limit the second chance opportunities. Jose?
Yeah. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say, man. But I'm gonna touch on the reason why, because I don't know if you guys remember a few games back when they played a full game and only had 9 turnovers. I couldn't stop looking at that stat. Respectfully, please, nobody get offended, because I was aroused by that 9 turnovers. Okay.
I think they did pretty well on Christmas too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So limit the turnovers is going to continue to be my keys to the game.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Jen, did you say your keys already?
I did. I said limiting the check second chance opportunities. Not check.
Take care of that basketball. We're going to be good, man. We've been dominating games. You don't see the sloppy passing lately. You see your occasional turnovers. It's going to happen. It's the game of basketball. For a team to play 48 minutes and not have a turnover, that's absurd. Like, but
let's talk about this passing for
to
just a
have
second.
9 turnovers in a 48-minute game. Now that's bananas.
That's pretty good. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this passing for a second, because I gave Mr. Harden a hard time for the start of the season for a while with his sloppy passes after he came back from injury. He has been on point with his dimes lately. I have been so it's a beautiful thing to watch when he does those little bounce passes, accurate, slipping by the defender. I love it.
Yeah, most definitely. I just want to address Jay real quick. I'm sorry, Jay. We're always one inbox, one phone call away. You are a friend of the show, bro. Anytime you want to get on, hit us up. We'll let you know. Well, we normally have a slot open because of our guy BG is out of town right now.
He's on active duty, and you want to slide through, and the door's open, man. All you gotta do is DM us, any one of us.
Yep. So
I'm sad BG isn't here today, but I will say I'm happy to know he will be back amongst us regularly soon.
Very soon. You got about 2 weeks and some change left, so yeah.
Excited.
He's coming. All right, thanks, Jay, for the reply and whatnot. So, I seen I think it was Ant Sims. He said tip off is 7:10. So he's actually telling us we should be going on 10 minutes later than we normally do. We appreciate that. And
that's fine, because we touched on 2 games in one day, in one show. We normally don't do that. Right. So it doesn't matter. You know me, man. I'll start talking, I won't shut up.
but we can actually touch on what John was just talking about, the amazing passing that's been going on with this team, not just Harden. I'm noticing it with the whole team, we're
I'm
sharing the
not
ball.
seeing those sloppy freaking cross court passes. That
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what she just said right there. That's big. That's true, and that's the reason why their turnover numbers are going down because they're passing better. They're passing the ball better. They're
Most
not forcing the passes. You don't see too many of those like they were doing. You know what I'm saying? And B, his radar for the double teams is working now. It's not broken. He changed the batteries. You know what I mean? So now he's starting to see those double teams coming and passing out of them before it's too late. And all that combined is helping us with those turnovers.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Right.
Well, Ant is running the show now. So he wants us to do our segment we always do at the 25-minute mark, normally the 20-minute mark. We started this segment for a lot of you FanDuel goers, you bet MGM people, everybody that like a little lay a little cash on a 3-point shot or whatever. It is called BG's over under.
we ain't got no BG tonight, or no BGs over and under. So it's just gonna be Eat Sleep Sixers over and under.
Eat Sleep Sixers over and under. So, we'll rotate it around. I want to start with mine tonight. So, we've been getting this guy leads the league. Well, not leads the league. He's in the top 3 in steals, I believe, D'Anthony Melton. I believe about 2.5 or whatever per game in a league. So I'll put out there. D'Anthony Melton, 2.5 steals tonight. Over, under.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna take over for 1,000, Carl.
We heard you, Jen. Mark it down.
I'm also gonna take that over.
Okay, I'll take the over as well. I'm not going, straight away. This guy has been amazing for us on defense. So, Jen, what's your over and under for the night?
I think it's going to be a good I'm going to say comeback. Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Tobias Harris is going to get 20.5 points. 20.5 points.
20.5 points by Tobias.
That's a good one, Jen.
Mr. Consistency hasn't had 2 bad games in a row, I think, all year. 24.5. I'll take the over on that.
I'm actually going to take the under. I'm not saying he's going to have a bad game. I just think other guys are going to score more points, and he'll get in where he'll fit in and shoot a high percentage tonight. So I'll take the under.
All right. I'm going to take, since I believe in him. I believe in you, Toby. I'm going to go with the over.
Okay.
All right, Jose, it's you.
It's you.
So you already know part of the game that I've been riding. My over and under is going to be 15.5 turnovers. 15.5 turnovers. Over and under.
We had 9 last game. We had about, 10 the game before that. I'm going to have to take the under from what they've shown us. I'm going to take the under. They've been taking care of the damn ball. Give me the under. Jen?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna take the under too. I think we're staying on course. We're staying the course.
I like to see that. And if anything that I don't mind being wrong at is these over and unders against the 76ers. So I'm gonna take the under as well.
Okay. We'll slide right to our next segment. And it is our bold predictions for tonight's game. Jen, what is your bold prediction?
I can't do any bold predictions for Joel anymore because I could be like, Joel's going to have 60, and he'll just go ahead and have 60.
Right.
Because that's the way he is. Or James Harden's going to have 25 assists, and then he's going to have 25 assists. So let's see what we got here. What's my bold prediction for this evening? I'm going to go with 50 rebounds.
Bold.
Did you see
Oh.
how many they had last game? It was
Yeah.
like 45.
Yeah, I like that.
They had
We are
40
no longer in last
They,
place
they
in
had
rebound.
49 the game before that.
So Jose looking at his cheat sheet right now for those listening in Spotify and Apple Podcast land. So just to let y'all know. So my bull prediction, you know what, Jamar, I'm gonna rock out right with you, bro, since you've been rocking out with me most of the time, man. Joel Embiid, 20 rebounds tonight. 20 rebounds for Joel Embiid.
20 rebounds. I love to see it.
I'd love to see it too.
As Sim says, PJ scores 10 points. And as much as I would like to add PJ into the mix, for the sake of trying to take back all the backlash that I've been giving him, I'm not going to include him. I'm going to leave him alone. And I'm going to take my talent somewhere else. So, I was thinking, George Nang, 7 3-pointers.
Woo!
7.
I mean, he got hot last game.
It's a bold prediction.
That's
Yeah, he
bold.
got hot last game.
That
I mean, he's
is
capable.
bold.
He's
Bold
capable.
prediction.
Well, you have to join us back here after the game and see how our bold predictions fared tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. So, guys, we have arrived at that point where you must please bust your attention to the top of the screen. You will notice that we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Jose, take us home, baby.
All right, my peoples. We appreciate you coming by. We love you guys. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend about the East Leaf Sixers podcast. We're all over the place. We're everywhere. We're even at your mama house.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If you want to come over here and eat some of my wife good cooking, y'all gonna be here too. I'm
Facts.
just saying. So anyway, if you ain't understand what I said in English, I'm gonna have to tell you in Spanish. No te olvides. Hey,
Yeah.
wait a minute, Jen. There was something else you were supposed to say that you didn't say.
Oh.
Come on.
Come on, Jen.
Thank you for the
You ain't-
reminder.
You ain't been here so long. You forgot how to work.
I forgot my job, y'all. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Give us a like, maybe throw a comment at us. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review. Or, just say, hey, we love you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Absolutely.
sir. Because it's always about the Sixers first, and then it's about us. But it's definitely about us. Big topic. All right. Si no te olvidas decirle a un amigo que le diga a un amigo que le diga a un amigo. Come on, Essence. I need you to say it. You said it already. Here you go. Hey, Wepa. Let's go, Sixers. Let's get this win.
Thank
See
you,
y'all post-game.
Linnell.